Hey everybody, this is the first time that the Brick Connection is going live. Just give me a second here, getting everything in order, and we are going to start. So like I said, this is the first time I am going live on YouTube, so bear with me if there are any technical difficulties. Probably going to take a little while to get used to doing all of this, but I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. The chat is open. If you have any questions, let me know. And yeah, we're gonna give it a second here, and we're gonna start building. So just give me a second, just checking something here. The chat is open. If you have a question. Okay, let's get started. So today we are building the new Lego Disney Princess set. So this is the mini Disney Ariel's Palace. It was released January 1st, 2024. It costed me $54.99 Canadian. Um, I don't know what the prices are in like American, Australian, all of that, but I will have that information once I post the actual video about this set and my full review and my thoughts on this set. But like I said, it costed me $55 Canadian, 557 pieces. Now, one thing that I'm really excited about with this set is that we actually are getting a minifig. These are like the Lego Friends sets and the Lego Disney Princess sets. They're this type of minifig, which I'll show you once we get it out of the box. So we're actually getting a minifig in this set. The last mini palace that came out was Jasmine's, and if you saw that video or if you had the pleasure of building it, you'll know that unfortunately it did not come with a minifig, which honestly just feels like a waste. I honestly can't think of any reason why they did not include a minifig on that set. But at least going forward with Ariel here, we do have a minifig. Now, I do have a feeling that we are going to see a few more of these sets come out from Lego and Disney, and for one, I'm here for it. Without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, just give me a second. Like I said, this is going to. Oh, there you go. Oh, Gianluca's in the chat. What's up? So it looks like we got 5 bags in this set. I hate this when this happens with the instruction booklet. So let's start. Now, these sets normally don't include a brick separator, but don't worry, I got mine. Good to know. Honestly, this is hilarious. There you go. Now, these sets are also a little bit weird. These minifigs, they're not my favorite. I know a lot of people like them. They're not my favorite. And the hair does not want to go in on this set. Really doesn't want to go in. This is a little bit weird. Just give me a second. this really doesn't want to go in, which is super weird. Wait, and we got it. So there you go. Ariel. Took way longer than it needed to. Katrina's in the chat. What's up? Okay, let's get started. So I made a TikTok talking about my predictions for this set. Now for value wise, like I said, this set costed me $55 Canadian. These sets tend to be a pretty good value, so I'm not really worried about anything like that. What I'm worried about here is I'm hoping this set actually looks good. I'm scared that this is going to be one of those sets that from certain angles it doesn't look the best, so we'll see how it turns out. One thing that I so far do really like about this is the blue here. Normally with these mini builds, right, we've seen a couple of them. Jasmine's, the Walt Disney Castle, and we had the Haunted Mansion. You just get like a plain black base. Here they're actually doing like a blue, obviously, for the water and everything like that, but it's definitely nicer than just having a black base. Wow, we have 3 viewers. It's more than I expected, even though I know all of you. Now, normally on these bases, on builds like this, Lego does include some Easter eggs, so we'll see if they add any of those in. So far, I'm not seeing any, but still a lot of time here, so we'll see what happens. Spot there. So far, the shape is a little bit different than I'm used to. This is actually pretty similar to the Haunted Mansion, the Disney World Castle, and the Palace of Agrabah, Jasmine's Castle, looking a little bit more square. This is a little bit different. Nothing crazy though. So like just when you get pieces like this and they're not, you can just run a brick separator, even a flat piece, will work. Something just kind of push it flat against, and it usually straighten out the pieces pretty good. Honestly, when it comes to these little pieces, I tend to not focus too much on getting them straight. Just get them into place. It's usually easier to fix them afterwards with a brick separator. And these are parts that people, for the most part here, I'm pretty sure nobody's going to even see these little parts, so I'm not too worried about it. But if I have to fix it, I can always fix it after. First mistake. Honestly, I never find that the brick separator works for me the way it's supposed to. If you guys have any tips on that, let me know. Missed a piece here too, or did I? No. Coming along here, 3 of these. Sorry, just doing something quickly. When they tell you to put these flowers, I think this is like one of the worst parts because they never really explain exactly. You kind of have to guess almost of where they're supposed to go. Looks about right. That's the good thing about Lego. If you make a mistake, it's not really that big of a deal. You just put it back together at some point. Always take it apart, put it back together. Only thing with these mini builds is that they're using a lot of these small, really small pieces, right? So when I'm done, before I move on to the next bag, what I like to do is I like to just make sure that all the pieces are where they're supposed to be, that I didn't miss anything. For the most part, especially like these ones around the edges, if you do miss something, it's not a big deal. You can always add it in a little after. On to bag 2. Yeah, that's a little better actually. So I had mentioned in my TikTok that I wasn't expecting anything crazy in terms of building techniques. We're gonna see if I'm, normally there might be 1 or 2 really cool building techniques, usually 1 if you're lucky on one of these sets. You're not really grabbing these sets for, like crazy building techniques. For the most part, these things are pretty straightforward, which I don't think there's anything wrong with. But we'll see. You never know. They might include something here or there that is a little bit more on the interesting side. And yeah. Still pretty fun build though. Like I said, straightforward, which is always nice. I almost need a super complicated build once in a while. Just something on the easier side can actually be a lot of fun. You don't have to think too much about it. Also figured probably a better idea to build something on the easier side, as this is the first time we're doing a live. That way I can focus on a little bit of everything. What do you guys do? Do you guys like to I go back and forth with organizing bricks. Sometimes I like to go through them, organize them, color. Actually, what I've been doing recently is literally, I'll do like 20-30 pages at a time. I'll go through, find out what parts, put them in order. That way it's just easy. But a lot of times I'm just like, I pour the bag out, number, not all of them at once, and I do it like that. Let's see, the only problem with that is when you need a piece, and especially like I said, with sets like this, there's a lot of small pieces. So in a situation like this, now I'm going to be like looking for this piece. And they definitely want 2 of them. I don't even see the color anywhere. Yeah, it's not in the bag. We will see where it is. A little bit of technical difficulties. No big deal. Every time I can't find a part, I'm always scared that like it's not actually in the set, that it's somehow, you know, my luck has run out and that I finally got a set that was missing a piece. We'll see though, because I really don't see this thing anywhere. Grabbing all the colors that I need. So far I'm not seeing it anywhere. That's fun. And there it is. Found it. Little pieces. That's the only thing with these sets. Like I said, it's a lot of small pieces, so when you can't find something, it's not fun. I did, like, I don't remember if I mentioned this, but I did make a prediction earlier today that I wasn't totally convinced that this was going to be a great looking set. It looks great in the picture, but I was worried that this was going to be one of those sets that doesn't translate as well in person. It's one of those sets that you have to look at it from a very specific angle, because if you don't, it's just not going to look the way it's supposed to. And I'm hoping that's not the case, but I think we're going to have to get a lot farther into this build before I can really tell if that's what we're dealing with here or not. But so far so good. So far it's a fun set. These builds really don't take all that long. Again, another trick, when you have, these 1x1 pieces right here, right? Again, I don't try to get them perfect on the first go, right? Like, I don't know if you can see that here, but it's not perfect. It's not squared up the way it's supposed to. What I'll do is I'll literally put it on the table here and kind of smush it down, and you'll actually get it perfectly straight. I don't know if you can see right there. You get it perfectly straight the way it's supposed to. That's normally what I do when I have to do a lot of 1x1s. I don't worry about trying to get them perfectly squared up. You'll end up spending a lot of time trying to get them squared up when it's, it's just as easy to just, like I said, put them together whichever way you want to and then kind of smush them down on the table. And I usually have pretty good luck with that. Sometimes, I don't know, I've noticed lately that with the colors, sometimes in the instructions versus what the bricks are supposed to look like, a lot of times they don't match up the way you'd like them to, which kind of sucks. Like even here, this is, I want to say this goes here. That's where I think it goes. Right. In the picture, it looks like it's supposed to go, all the way beside this piece here, but there's really no space for it there, so I think it's in the right spot, but we'll see. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell on the camera, but this is a really cool iridescent pearl piece. aside for a second. Building the tower now. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. A lot of pieces here. A lot of pieces on this part right here, so I just figured it'd be easier to just put, normally I just kind of build it as I went, but when we're dealing with this many pieces, it's just a little bit easier. Just make sure you're a little bit organized. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think we're good. Okay, let's start. I guess that sucks when you make a mistake, but it happens. Made a mistake here, not a big deal. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to make a lot more of these ones. Yeah, make 4 of those. So normally when that happens, when you I usually build one I take my time. I build one and figure out what the instructions are and what they look like, and then I just make the rest of them one shot. So that's what I'm doing now. Like I said, in terms of building techniques, I mean, I wouldn't call this anything crazy or anything like that, but what I will say is that these sets tend to maximize how pieces are used, which I do appreciate, because even though it is a smaller set, it's a set on the smaller side, it definitely feels like you're getting your money's worth. Okay. It's not adding up here unless I counted wrong, which I probably did. Just wondering if this looks better. Yeah, maybe. And there you go. Now we place everything on this thing. I gotta figure out something with this, with the webcam. See if I can maybe position it a little bit better. We will see though. There you go. I may have spoken I may have spoken too soon. We'll see. This set definitely has the potential to be honestly like a great set for $54 in terms of looks. And I could definitely be wrong, but we will see. Still gonna try to hold all judgment until the end, until this thing finally kind of comes together and I can have a good look at it. Definitely cool. Honestly, on sets like this, what I find the most challenging is just to make sure everything is kind of lined up the way it's supposed to, right? That everything looks good. Yeah, definitely think that next time I do it, I'm going to figure out a better position for this camera. I don't know if this is the best, but this is my first one, so it'll take some time to figure out everything. This is actually a really cool piece right here. It's a cool piece. Interesting the way that it's done that here. Yeah, you'll see. Here, I'll show you what I mean with the colors here. It's like almost this muted pink, and then this is the actual pink, which I'm realizing is almost looking orangey in the video here, but it's very pink in person. A lot higher than I was expecting, actually. This is actually quite tall. Wasn't expecting it to be this tall. This is one thing I absolutely hate when we get these, right? Empty bag 3 and 4. Just give us one big bag at that point, right? Really makes no sense. This is bag 3. You know what? It was that piece right there. I have an extra one. Not a big deal. And this is bag 4, right? So, I mean, at that point, could have just given us one bag. I think one bag would have been fine. Yeah, let's get started. One thing that I will say that I'm pretty confident that I was wrong about is that there's definitely more interesting techniques in this set than there was with Jasmine's Castle. Again, nothing crazy, but there's definitely a little bit more here. Like, I mean, Jasmine's Castle had a little, like, a few things here and there. This definitely has, a few more interesting techniques to get certain shapes, which is definitely cool to see it at $55. Lego's released some pretty expensive sets last couple of years. Some good, some not so good. So when we get sets like this, it's good. I'm not sure whose idea it was to do these mini castles, but whoever it was, I mean, honestly, it's a genius idea, right? The Disney Princess line is not, I mean, for the most part, they range in age. I've seen, I could be wrong, because, I mean, it's not, they're not sets that I do normally build. They're not sets that I gravitate towards, even though I am a huge Disney fan. They're not sets that I go out of my way for. I would classify them more as play sets than I would display sets or anything like that. I don't think that there's been one that's actually been rated for ages, for like as an adult set 18 up. So whoever thought of these is pretty smart, right? Because adults weren't really going for these sets, again, because they are play sets. But with the introduction of these sets, yeah, you've gotten a whole other demographic who normally wasn't going to be buying from this line, who are now buying from this line. So I definitely think, and I hope that we see Lego release more of these, and this be like a new type of collection. Definitely a lot more princesses to choose from, so that's good. I think for the most part, the real only disappointing part about this set, or if it becomes a collection, which I do hope it does, is the fact that, again, this set includes Ariel, whereas the mini palace of Agrabah does not include Jasmine. I mean, the closest thing we get to a minifig in that set is the magic carpet, which, don't get me wrong, that's cool, but it's not a minifig, right? I also think that Lego knows its customers. I mean, once in a while they take a chance, and we've seen a couple of sets miss the mark. But I think for the most part with this whole idea is really smart, right? The Disney Princess line as a whole has been out for a while now, so they know that their initial audience, the one that was buying these sets for the purpose of play, is probably approaching, growing out of that whole Lego for play and more Lego for building and enjoying that process and then displaying type of thing. And this is these are great sets because they transition, from play set to those 18 plus sets really well. And I do not see a piece here. So, truthfully, jury's still out on whether this is still only going to look good from one angle. I'm not convinced yet that it's going to look good from every other angle. This is cool, this shell. Again, the colors aren't coming across the best way. On camera, this is looking a little orange. Again, in person, it's a pretty bright pink. This piece again, really cool. I don't know why, I just like this piece. Yep. A lot more pieces again, so gonna just kind of move these out of the way, and we're just gonna do this in a way that organizes them at least a little bit, because I'm assuming we're doing 4 again. Yeah. So now that I kind of had an idea that I'm going to need 4 of these from the last time, I'm just going to build them all together. It'll save me a little bit of time. Once you kind of have one and you figured it out, you're like, okay, I know what to do now. Yeah, definitely have to figure out something better for this webcam, the way it's positioned. Not the best, but now, as we get closer to the end of the video, I'll let you guys know what I think of the set, as I've been doing throughout the video, but I will leave like my final thoughts and impressions for the full video, which should be out probably, I would say, either by Thursday or Friday. I should have all of it edited and whatnot. Feeling I made a mistake on one of these pieces here. Just want to fix that, or it's gonna drive me nuts. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely like the set, but it's a little wonky. It's definitely wonkier than all the other sets that I've made. But again, I will leave my thoughts and opinions until the end of this video. That way I can actually see what it is like completed. Again, these are going to be, more spires and whatnot for the palace. I mean, I'm trying to take a look of what's in the other bag, and the pieces, I mean, it looks like there's more of a mix between big pieces and small pieces. There's the last couple of bags, it's a lot of smaller pieces like this, Which again, don't get me wrong, the way that they've managed to make these builds using extremely small pieces is pretty cool. And it definitely makes you feel like you're getting more of the build process for, you know, less money. I definitely like the way this spire is a little bit better. It's just the way that they've done this here. It's going to be a little bit more rigid. It's going to be a little stronger than the other spire, which I definitely appreciate. Again, I'm guessing where this is supposed to go here. I think it's supposed to go. Oops. That's great. Pretty certain it's supposed to go right here. That's what I'm betting on here. I mean, you can see from the front here. It's not bad. Again, we're not done yet, right? But it's not bad. This back, I don't know. We'll see when it's all done. The instructions here are not great. I gotta be honest with you. They're not great. Doing a lot of guessing here, like quite a bit of guessing. In fact, I'm just gonna go take a look here at the picture, see if that offers me any help. Although it doesn't look like it's going to at all. I don't even see where this set is. This is a little bit weird. I just noticed this. Taking a look at this castle here, and everything seems to be flipped here. I'm trying to figure out if that was me. No, the instructions definitely have it. So that's actually super weird. The instructions versus the actual picture that's on the box, everything's inverted. It's almost like it's mirrored. And I'm looking at the instructions here. And I've been following the instructions properly. It's not me. It's just super weird, but that's that's the way it is. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Weird. And again, the instructions not very clear on this set. Like at this point, it feels almost like I'm guessing where to put stuff. I'm actually gonna skip ahead and see if it shows up anywhere. I don't know if this is where they want it to go. That doesn't really make sense to me, but it kind of does. I'm gonna leave it there because I think that's where they want it. I also realized on this piece that I forgot to put these grill pieces. Happens. Again, I don't know. We're gonna see what happens. But I mean, I already have some thoughts about this set. Truthfully, some good, some bad. Like I said, it's a cool set. I'll stand by that. But I definitely got some thoughts, overall thoughts about this so far. We'll see if it, not all bad. Not all bad. There's definitely some good here. There's definitely some good here. Definitely give you guys a look at this once it's done, as a finished set, so you guys can kind of take a look at it before I have that full video posted. Like I said, some point, I would say between Thursday and Friday, I'll have it posted. I usually aim for Thursdays and Fridays to have the video posted. So we'll see what happens then. But I'll definitely show you what it looks like completed before I move, before, you know, I close up this. We're still not done though. We still got some stuff here to do. Definitely got some stuff here to still do. Made a mistake, not a big one. Here I piece I wasn't supposed to. Easy fix. We are getting there. We're almost there, almost done. I think the craziest part here really is the fact that in the picture, everything's inverted. I think that's like just a crazy mistake from Lego. I mean, I don't know if you call it a mistake. It doesn't really change anything. It's just weird. Again, sometimes, you know, you use the pictures on the box just to make sure you're doing everything right. I know I do that quite a bit. So just like a weird thing that they did there with the fact that it's inverted. It's funny. I mean, I don't have a lot more pieces left, and like I said, the back does feel a little empty. We'll see if it stays like that, but like I said, I don't have too many pieces left, so I don't know. I hope I didn't jinx myself. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it and I'm going, I don't see, like, I mean, I think that there'll definitely be some stuff back here. I don't think it's going to be as empty as I was expecting it to be. I also don't think that it's going to be as full as I would have liked it to have been, that's for sure. I mean, the only thing so far I've been wrong about was the fact that overall, there was definitely more interesting techniques than I expected. Again, this wasn't that type of build. You're not going to get these crazy techniques. You're not going to get these crazy, you know, builds and stuff like that with sets like this. But for the most part, more than I expected. Not a whole lot, but more than I expected. know why this whole set just feels a little I don't know if flimsy is the right word, but it just feels a little weird. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna take a look at something. I might have been wrong about something here. Okay. So I've been looking at the back. I keep saying that it's been inverted. That's on me. It's not. I've actually been building the back. That's why we wait till the end to give our final thoughts, because you know what? I think I'm going to be pleasantly surprised of how this whole thing ends up turning out. I don't think it's going to feel as bare as I expected. The back is not as detailed as the front, that's for sure, but again, on a $50 set, I don't think it needs to, I'm not looking for perfection out of a $50 set. I'm looking for fun, and I'm looking for, being pleasantly surprised and having a set that I think is pretty cool and captures the inspiration the right way. And so far, I think that this does that. And I definitely don't regret my purchase in any way, that's for sure. Definitely don't regret my purchase. Little tridents, it's a cool touch. These are cool pieces. I don't think I've ever seen like the tubes, but this translucent pink, again, it's not coming across, but this is like super hot pink, that's for sure. I think we're just about done here. Again, with these sets, you're going to get quite a bit of extra parts here. Again, that's just because these sets tend to use a lot of small pieces. I definitely want to show you guys what the castle looks like, so just bear with me. But I will definitely show you what this looks like. And yeah, there you go. Like I said, definitely more interesting techniques than I expected this set to have. Nothing crazy. That's not this type of set. It's not supposed to be, this incredible set. What it's supposed to do is be a fun set for, $54. Again, this set is rated for ages 12 and up. This is not going to be a super difficult build, although there were parts in the instructions that I think they were assuming that you would understand. They could have been a little bit clearer, especially for that 12 and up. But overall, I think this is it's a fun set. I'm glad that I got my hands on it. I definitely don't regret it. Like I said, Thursday, Friday, you will have the full build with my thoughts and everything like that. But so far, it's a fun set, and I'm happy that with this set we actually do get the inclusion of a minifig. One thing that I will do before I sign off here is just show you this. So right here, this is the mini palace of Agrabah. This is Jasmine's palace. You know, there's parts about it that I like more, and there's parts that I like less. Right? It's gonna come down to personal preference here. Like I said, with the Palace of Agrabah, I mentioned this right at the beginning of the video. You know, it's a square, right? The base is a square, whereas here you're looking more at like a rectangular shape, but all these corners have been rounded off. It's a nice touch. These mini palaces tend to have, you know, black bases. This one has a blue, which again is a nice touch, although having them side by side, maybe it would have been nice for this to have the black base as well, just to kind of keep everything in line. And here there is no minifig. The closest thing we get to a minifig right there is right there. It's the magic carpet. It's not a minifig. Overall though, I mean, looking at them side by side, they definitely go together. What I might do is, I'm pretty sure, you know, there's the Disney Princess line. They have some cheaper sets, like in and around like the $20-$25 mark, even maybe a little bit cheaper. I'm going to see if one has Jasmine, and I might just add the Jasmine minifig here. That way, again, it just doesn't feel like it's missing something. But I hope to see more of these sets. Like I said, check back Thursday, Friday, and a video will be posted of my overall thoughts on this. I will give it the new Brick Connection score, again based on value, aesthetics, and build. But overall, I'm very happy with the set and how it turned out, and it's a great addition to my collection. Until next time, my name is Luigi, and this is the Brick Connection. Thank you so much for joining me on my first live. Thank you to everybody who commented. And yeah, like I said, see you guys Thursday, Friday. In the meantime, I will be posting some shorts. There will be a short about this, but it won't be as detailed as my full length video, which again is not going to be long, maybe 3-4 minutes, something like that.